Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Jasmine and I garden in Zone 9B in South Louisiana. If you're new here, welcome to my garden. I garden in an urban environment. I garden on my hill strip and on some raised beds up against my house and a very small back patio, which I'm trying to cram with as many pots as possible. So, very small space gardening. I also have a vacant lot that I'm transitioning into a farm. So that is another project that's happening, but this here is my main growing space. So today I'm going to take you around, show you what it's looking like in April. Very different from March. It's amazing what can change in a month. So I'm excited to show you guys around. The plants have exploded. As you can see, these are the tomatoes that we planted a few videos back. Granted, those were several weeks ago, but it's nice to be able to see that transition really quickly. So if you haven't seen those videos, definitely go back and watch them so you can appreciate where we are now. So there's so much fruit, so much action happening in the garden. Can't wait to show you. Let's take a look. All right, y'all, so this is the front pathway that I like to begin with. So if you go back into last videos, you'll see that it was very different and it's much more full and lush now. We have these, I'll go over here just a little bit. We have these beautiful lilies that have come back from last year. So gorgeous. Got them from Home Depot. And then these salvias also came back, and I have some zinnias placed in here. They're having a hard time, but they are growing a little bit. And the beauty bush is very bushy now. And then we're starting to get the little flowers on here, so hopefully we'll have a bunch of berries next month for the birds. Hopefully they eat them this year. And then I wanted to show you guys something in here. So also the bananas are coming back, which is super exciting, but they come back every year. But in here, this is a red buckeye tree. It's native, and I bought it last year, but it just never grew. It was like a little twig. I planted it full shade, maybe in the summer, and I thought it died, but it came back. Look how beautiful these leaves are. This is another native plant, a button bush, that is coming back and looks really good. It's gonna create these beautiful flowers, and so hopefully we'll have some kind of like privacy screen here, like a privacy hedge situation. And this is my pineapple guava, and guys, look, this is the second flower we've gotten on it, but this is the first time it's ever flowered this year. So I've been waiting 3 years for this, and it's finally here. The flowers on this plant are edible. I took like one of the little leaves off. They kind of taste like I don't know, but they're really delicious. Probably one of the best edible flowers I've ever tasted. Maybe we'll get fruit. Maybe we'll get more flowers this year. I don't know, but I am super excited about that. We're moving in the right direction. In here is a night blooming jasmine right here. And so that'll get big, and it smells delicious at night. So it's nice when we're like walking up to the house at night and you can smell it. So again, this is the part of the hedge thing that we're going for over here. And this is a tropical, so it does die, but it always comes back. So I planted it. It was in a pot on the porch the first year, and then last year I planted it here at the end of maybe in the fall. And so the snow, it died, and now it's coming back. So it's just starting to grow back, so it'll get a lot bigger than this, especially now that it's in the ground. Over here, this is like my native plant bed. We have a bunch of, I can't remember if it's Rudbeckia or Echinacea, some kind of sage. This is not native. The jasmine is also not native. Okay, so this is a mixed bed, okay? Not a native plant bed, but we have some aquatic rattlesnake master, some bee balm in here, and just a bunch of this Echinacea or Rudbeckia. I think it's Echinacea, I'm not sure. Anyway, and then an aloe plant. Over here, same thing. The pineapple guava. This one's a lot smaller. Ooh, we have some friends. Y'all, I've been looking for the pollinators in my garden. I was very sad because I didn't have any like dill or anything, but we have some swallowtails. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah. Don't worry, buddy. I'm not going to bother you, but there's two. This is my rue plant, and they're on here. That's so exciting. So This bed is one of the first beds that I planted out, and I filmed that video. So you guys can go back and watch it. I think it was maybe 2 videos ago, but look at it now. It looks kind of like a jungly mess, but that's just where we are in the season. That's just what summer looks like. And I still have these greens in here that I planted. This kale is no longer a little guy, it's a big guy now. We've been harvesting off of that. My neighbor gave me some marigolds from her garden, so I just planted those in. So this looks a little wimpy, but it's coming back. These greens are bolting. I might take these out soon and plant a bunch of ginger and turmeric in here. Actually, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to pick all these greens, preserve them, and then put the ginger and turmeric in here. I do have some more greens started, but I have to figure out another place to put them. These are, y'all, look at these trusses. Look at this fruit. Like, look, there's so much fruit on here. And I've already been picking a few tomatoes, like, as they ripen. Oh, a mealybug. Oh, no. Okay, well, sacrifice that one. But, yeah, look at all the fruit that we have here. And I just picked a few, but so many freaking tomatoes on here. That compost really helped my garden so much. I'm just showing you guys all the tomatoes that we have on here. It's absolutely insane. Like, look at that. I'm moving on to another bed now, but look at that. Crazy. Anywho, this is it says it's a Ceylon tomato, but that is wrong. This is definitely a Sun Gold. All my tomatoes, like I said, they got mixed up. So we're just saying this is a hillbilly tomato. I think that's actually accurate, but I don't know because they're kind of small. But let me see if I can get you in here, get you in the jungle to see the fruit on this one. Look at that. The struggle is real. Okay, so yeah, these are like a saladette size right now. You can kind of see lots of fruit. We have like 3 trusses of these on there, and they're growing taller. And then this is, I'm pretty sure this is a Cherokee Purple. So we have 1, and then, oh, we have 3 now. 3 tomatoes on there. Okay, yes, so this bed looks amazing. And then over here we have this comfrey plant is finally able to get big now that this candelabra bush is dead and not coming back. But there are tons of seedlings around. But this comfrey is getting huge, and eventually I'm gonna divide that and bring some to the farm. I have some more of those calendulas here that are coming into bloom. I've just been cutting them really low, and then they've been putting up longer stalks. Over here, marigold. It's always really strange to like film my hill strip, but I'm gonna get over here. So we have some marigolds over here. Again, I've been just picking these to bring into the house. These are the African marigolds. I love the way they smell, and so yeah, I've been picking these and bringing them in the house. Over here we have some anise hyssop. I think this is a much better angle to show you guys my hill strip garden. So I'm gonna back up just a little bit so you guys can kind of see like what it all looks like. But this is the anise hyssop. Hopefully we get some flowers soon to get more of those pollinators. These are my zinnias. So I have zinnias all in here. I think these are the Benaries giant variety. And so this is a white one, which I actually like the white ones. I've been loving a pale color scheme for some of the bouquets I've been bringing in. This is a Coco Loco rose. I'm gonna see if I have a picture of what they actually look like, since that one just went away. But yeah, compost on the roses. I've been getting a lot of them this year. More of those calendulas. It's a mix. I ordered a bunch of different ones. So this is one, and these are the candelabra seedlings. So at some point I'm gonna pull these out, but also pot some up so I can bring them to the farm and then maybe give some away. This is a blanket flower that came back from last year. So you see, this is like, I don't know if it's like the hybrid type, but they don't normally look like this. So It has like that double feature kind of thing going on, but it's gorgeous. And then another one of these really beautiful calendulas. So we have these beautiful blanket flowers, volunteer sunflowers happening here. Look how gorgeous. Volunteer volunteer sunflowers. Rosemary that I started from a cutting that is actually doing phenomenal. Okay, this is not for eating. It's on the street, so this isn't for like cooking, but I do like to have something nice in the garden to smell, because rosemary is excellent for memory when you're just smelling it. So I like to have it here. And it's just a beautiful plant too. And yeah, it's a beautiful plant. Here is some Cerinthe or honeywort, that I have growing here. It's growing a little slow. It had a slow start this year, but I'm hoping that it will flower and produce, and I'll be able to use it in arrangements. I have another one there and another one there. Another volunteer sunflower and another volunteer sunflower. This is a branching sunflower, so we will have some sunflowers soon to bring into the house. And these are not a pollenless variety. I did order some of those this year. I still need to start my summer flower seeds, but I still bring them in the house. Over here, we have a beautiful, what is this called? It has the blue flowers. I cannot remember, but it has blue flowers, and I got it to go with my beautiful pink rose back there. This is my diseased hollyhock that did not produce a flower this year. It's its second year growing. There was another one over here, but it's probably dead, taken over by this Shasta daisy, which was just a small cutting last year, and now it's this huge thing. So yeah, that's this part of the garden. I'm gonna go back around to show you guys the other beds. So it's our little cactus garden, which is so cute. I love that. In this bed, more marigolds, some dill back here. Dill, some zinnias, more zinnias. So it's getting a little crazy. I started off with the intention of like Florida weaving it, but then I just put some stakes in and I was just doing that. And now we have a little tomato jungle. So I need to get this together before disease starts to roll in. But I do have two ají dulce. See, I'm losing fruit just from like moving this around. But I have two ají dulce peppers in here behind all that. So I need to deal with this tomato. Sungold, this is another sungold plant. And again, you see tons of fruit on here. Lots of fruit. But yeah, they get crazy, so I definitely need to do something with this. Another thing I have in this bed are potatoes. So I have Irish potatoes in here that need to be healed up. This is a russet type, which I've never thought to grow, but I'm really excited that I'm growing it this year. So they seem to be doing really well. So like I said, I need to heal them up, and then we will have a good potato harvest hopefully this year. And then another one right there. This tomato, I have no idea what this is. I think there's a thing in here, but I don't feel like digging in here. But I need to take this little weed out. I have no idea what this tomato is, but it has fruit on it. I think this might be the Ceylon tomato, or maybe the one that's hard to pronounce, the Cordy something or another. Unsure. This is, don't know. Where are my tags at? I think this is the Creole tomato. Y'all, I have no idea. Let me stop guessing. Anyway, let's keep it moving down this way. More marigolds. Like, look how stunning. I'm gonna come out and pick some flowers as soon as I'm done shooting this video. We have some spiderwort here. And then this love song rose has been super prolific. I'm gonna put some photos in here as I talk about the roses if I can. If I have pictures, I'm gonna put them in. So these are the love song rose. And over here, I have another rose plant. that needs a trellis, because you can see how tall it is. And then some red sage. Look at this color scheme. It's just too cute. Orange, red, green, beautiful. Looks like spring. Over here, more marigolds. I went a little marigold crazy this year, and I'm not mad about it. Like, I probably could have even planted more marigolds. Anyway, more tomatoes. Look how tall. I'm eventually going to top these because I don't need 10-foot tall tomatoes. But yeah, so very tall. We're just going to work with it. This is the black cherry tomato, which is my favorite tomato variety, if you guys remember. And it looks awesome. Lots of fruit on here as well. Lots of trusses back here. So I can't wait to get more fruit. But the most exciting thing in this bed, no shade to you tomatoes. Oh, wait, while we're on the tomatoes, let's talk about this one. I think this is the weird one, the weirdly pronounced one, the Cordy, whatever. And they are just too cute. They look like little pumpkins. But I want to show you this little freak one. And I say freak lovingly. We love freaks here. This one was in a face. Okay, this one's, I think, cat-faced. But you can see it's like a merged tomato, and it's super cool. Look at that. I love that. I'm gonna let it grow, of course, because like I said, we love freaky tomatoes. We love freaky fruit here. It looks like a lot of them are like that, or maybe that's just how it grows. I don't know. I like this tomato. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's ripe. Anyway, so this is the first pepper of the season. This is the first one that grew. This is a Lesa pepper, and I am so excited. Like, oh my God, look at that. And then we have another one, some parsley in here. This is a Rosita eggplant, which is trying to fall over. Some shallots. This is a Trinidad pimento pepper. This is another seasoning pepper like the ají dulce. And then this is another Lesa pepper, which has fruit on it. Awesome. Okay, back over here, we have some garlic and a nasturtium in here. The garlic looks really good. It's funny because I didn't realize that I had planted any hardnicks in here, but it looks like I'm getting garlic scapes, which is crazy. So I live in the South, and we're supposed to plant softnicks, but I left these in the fridge in the fridge for a few months, and I actually got it out in the garden late. I didn't plant these until January, but they look okay. They're not the greatest, but you see some like big stalks. So I'm hoping that we get like a few really sizable heads this year. This is the bed that we just planted, and it obviously has grown since then. So I posted that video last week, so you get to see instant gratification of everything being planted out. So this lavender is still hanging on, I don't think for much longer, but we have that. And then the beans are growing up. They are a bush bean variety, but they still might need like a little stake, or I'm just gonna let them live their lives. I have some parsley in here that I transplanted out of another pot, and a nasturtium that I transplanted out of another bed in the back. And then you can see the tomatoes look really awesome. Honestly, that video was shot probably maybe a couple of weeks ago, and so we've getting a lot of good growth. These are the marigolds, and then these are either Brad's Atomic Grape or Black Cherry. I've planted one of each in these. Not Black Cherry, I'm sorry. Brandywine cherry tomatoes. So very cool, very exciting. And then this is a marigold, but it's a different kind of marigold. I think it's the pinwheel marigold. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the variety of that. But yeah, marigolds. Over here is one of the first flower beds that I planted out. I'm going to see if I can get around here to get you guys a good view of what it looks like. So this is it. These calendulas are growing in. This plant was on the brink of death, but we brought it back. And then more of the Benaries giant zinnias. Look at that long stem. It's just begging to be put in a vase. And this one too. So like I said, I've just been cutting them down low when I cut them, even if it means sacrificing like a few. But we're getting these really long stems that are awesome. This rose is the, God, which rose is this? This is the Darlow's Enigma rose, and it just smells so good, and it's so beautiful. So this is what I meant by like the rugosa type. So it's just like these little open frilly flowers, not like the big cupped roses that you see often and associate with what a rose looks like. More zinnias. I really like this one. I don't know what variety this is. I don't think this is the Benares, but it might be part of the ballerina line from Johnny's. But look at that cute color. Look at that cute color. The bananas are growing back. So that's awesome. It just provides such a beautiful, like, tropical feel to the garden, and we love to see it. Down here we have I have some beets. This is a scabiosa flower. These were fava beans that need to come out. I did harvest some, but they are, ooh, we have a grasshopper in there. Right there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. But yeah, so looks like we got a couple more, but I just put them in the freezer because I didn't have time to like deal with them. But we're getting some powdery mildew on there, so I have to take these out soon. This is a squash, which I think is Costata romanesco or something like that. Hoping to get a squash before the vine borers find it. Some cilantro going to flower, which will probably be a home for some swallowtails soon. This is a champagne bubbles tomato, and then those are called golden berry, which they look like a ground cherry, but I don't remember the spiel about those. Back here are my beets. Oh my God, relax. These roosters drive me nuts, y'all. But yeah, so these are my beets. We picked one and it looked kind of crazy. I'm gonna put photos in there. I think something's eating them down below, but this one actually looks kind of nice. Let's pull her up and see what she looks like. Oh my God. Okay, not bad. Wait, gotta see the other side. Okay, that's a nice size beet. I like this. I think I'm gonna do some pickled beets actually, because I just pulled a golden beet out. But like, yeah, that's a nice size beet. It's been a pretty good beet year. Let's see if we have any more that might need to be. That one can wait. We have these here. Let's see what else we got. Y'all, pulling root vegetables is just so much fun. So I'm trying. No, too soon. And this one had some other beets growing by it, but I mean, we can still pickle it. It would have been a great beet. I'm actually ready to harvest all these, so this is our little beet harvest for the day. So that looks good. All right, in this bed here are a few different things. So I have some peppers in here. I have some marigolds that I got from my neighbor. I actually need to go visit her while she's outside right now and bring her something. But so I have more russet potatoes in here that I need to hill up. Peppers in the back, nasturtium and a calendula. This is a shishito pepper, and I'm pretty sure that there's another one in here somewhere. They kind of got mixed up, but I think it's 3 types of peppers in here. I did lose one. So we have some shishitos, some Hungarian Magyar peppers that I got from Renee Seeds, and also some padron peppers, which are like shishitos. They are a like an eating pepper. I think they're popular in Spain for like tapas. And then, all right, sorry, I'll have to take a break to go. I bought my neighbor some ginger, so I had to go give that to her, and she gave me some watermelon plants, which was unexpected and so sweet. We just swap plants all the time. It's super cute and I love it. And she gave me some rose cuttings last week that you'll see. But anyways, back to the tour. Okay, so this is kind of the other side of the garden, coming from like after those 2 beds right there. This is like what the other side looks like. So we have all of these plants. So I'm just gonna start here. So this is a huge, massive blue mist flower. It's native, and the pollinators Absolutely love it. And I think I'm gonna end up, I've been cutting it back from over here. It like it propagates by like runners, so it's just been sending runners out, but I've been pulling them up because I wanted to plant more flowers here. But I think I'm just gonna let it take over this whole space and just do like just let it be a whole large bush. But I do have some more of that Cerinthy in here, some Sweet Annie, and then a marigold in here, and some Scabiosa plants that aren't doing too well. But you can see the blue mist flower is just coming back up again. So I think I'm just gonna let it have this space. Like, that's the path of least resistance. And like I said, the pollinators absolutely love it. So lots of butterfly and bee action on this when it actually blooms. This is a lime tree that I cut the top off when I did my hill strip planting video. And so it's starting to like branch out, which I love. And then more marigolds. This is a painted daisy plant that is super cute, and these hold up in the vase really well. This is my honey Dijon, is it honey Dijon rose? I'll put some footage in there of how beautiful these are. Then more marigolds. Like I said, I went marigold crazy. And this is a buck moth that looks like it's about to change and shapeshift. This is a celestial night, I think. Which one is it? Twilight Zone. This is a Twilight Zone rose. And still, I mean, it's gorgeous, but I don't know. Still feel meh about it. Some snapdragons. This is a Turk's cap, which has these cute little red flowers, a native plant. And then I have some American basket flower plants in here. So that one, and then this one. This is Gara. And then I have my Cosmos section. This is the Rubenza Cosmos, which I like a lot more than I thought I would. And I'll show you guys the other ones when I cross back over. But these, the freaking spider mites love these. So, or I think we might have flea beetles. I don't know. Whatever it is loves them. So I need to spray them with neem regularly. That's also happening to my bee balm over here. And it looks like we might be getting some powdery mildew also. Bee balm is hard to grow here, even though it's native. So I think I'm gonna just cut it all back and then let it regrow. Have an angel trumpet here, an elderberry bush that's getting really huge, and then a some kind of agave. That's what that is, an agave. And then some more zinnias along here. These are the ones that I planted in my hill strip planting video. They're just starting to fill out. I fertilized them last week and then it rained, so they're growing even bigger now. I need to probably put compost on them, but this is where we are. So I just deadheaded them, so not a lot of flowers right now. They've been really small like this, so I've just been clipping them off and like also trying to like clip them at the bottom so we get those long stems. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty pleased with how it looks right now. More zinnias. This is the apricot lemonade. You can see I just deadheaded this one. You can kind of see that beautiful color variation. I think this is one as well. And then this is one. These flowers are starting to get bigger is also. Just deadheading them. These are, I don't know the variety, but a beautiful white cosmos. I really love cosmos, and I lost my planting last year because I didn't recognize that they were infected with something that was killing them. But now I'm just on them and making sure that they stay sprayed with some neem. Then moving back over here, that's the outside garden. Hopefully that Darlow's Enigma Rose will trellis all over there. I need to get another trellis because my passion fruit is coming back, which I didn't show you guys. This is the passion fruit. It died and it came back surprisingly. It was outside. I thought for sure it was gonna freeze. There's a pecan tree in this pot as well. Pecans are just so hard to take out, and we get them planted everywhere. The squirrels just plant them all out. There are freaking pecan trees everywhere. But yeah, so I need to get another trellis for this one. Now to part 2, which is the back garden. This is my backyard oasis, and I even cleaned up for you guys. So this is what it's looking like right now. And then walking around here, you have the full pot space. So just going back a little bit, these are my green stalks, and I've made the heartbreaking decision to get rid of my green stalks. I just really don't like growing in them. And again, it's nothing against the product. It's totally me. I do not enjoy growing in them. I'm not good at growing in them. Like, I had a lot of success this year with like greens and stuff like that, but it's just like having to rotate them like in my space. They're more work than I would have to do with like a regular pot. So I think I'm just gonna like put a bed. So let me turn you around. I'm gonna put another pot over here with maybe like a tree or something in here, and then in this one I'm gonna just probably put like a small raised bed over here, or another big pot where I can just plant like an herb bed or something. Look at this. Sorry, pollinator distraction. Okay, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna plant like an herb bed over here. So getting rid of the green stalks, and then this will be different next time probably. Over here I have what is this, a pink lemonade lime, a pink lemonade tree. I forget what they're called properly, but a Eureka lemon, that's what this is. A Eureka lemon has this variegated foliage, which is gorgeous, and then some strawberries at the bottom that are going crazy. I don't know what variety they are, but they are producing runners like nobody's business. Like, look at all these. I put some down here to hopefully root them, but absolutely insane. This is kind of a mess, but there's a blueberry plant in here and a couple of roses. So this is the Joan Fontaine rose that smells amazing. I thought it was Parfuma Earth Angel, but it is not. But look at that. And then just so you can see like the size. This is one of the first blooms I've gotten off of it, and look at that long, beautiful stem, sturdy, and smells like candy, honestly. There's a blueberry in here, which didn't produce as many blueberries as I thought I was gonna get, but here we are. Fig tree, hot cocoa rose, and then there's a Sunbelt South Africa rose in here, and I will show you. Something came through and just was eating all of the blooms that it had, like literally just munching into the sides of it. I don't know what was doing that, but I clipped those off, and then I'll put some footage in here of, oh, we got a little critter there. But yeah, I'll put some footage of what these gorgeous blooms look like. Have a little hibiscus plant in here. This is the flower, not the tea variety. Rosemary, and then the most exciting part are my pots. So really went ham with the container gardening this year, like I said I was gonna do. So this is, I think this is an ambrosia melon. So this is a cantaloupe. Yeah, this is the ambrosia F1 plant, and it's doing really well. We just saw that bee on here spreading some pollen, so hopefully we'll have some fruit soon. Actually, I think I saw one the other day, so might be having some melons soon. I'm curious to see how this is going to go. I've never grown melons in a container before, so, but I saw some people on YouTube doing it, so we'll see how that goes. Over here, this is an achocha squash that is just going absolutely insane. I saw Jesse from Plot 37 plant one of these, and I thought it was super cool. And since we have such an issue with vine borer, I was like, maybe this would be a way for us to get some squash. And I think it's typically used for like stuffing, but she's very tall, and I just have her on a tomato cage. This is a cucumber. These are my Cornichon cucumbers, and I harvested a few of them. I'll pop some footage in there if I can find it, but yeah, they just create these little cucumbers. The flavor is not super great. Like, I wouldn't want to eat them. They wouldn't be my first choice to just eat regular, but I think they'd be perfect for pickling. So you can see we have a lot of little fruit on here. So yeah, really nice. I have 3 in this pot, which I think is like a 5-gallon pot. And over here, I have a Crayola pepper, another seasoning pepper. I really want to try cooking with seasoning peppers this year. I haven't before. We normally just use bell peppers in our cooking, but I think if we can use something like this, it'll really elevate the flavor of the meals. Oh, and another little cornichon. Back here, I have a lemongrass, and then over here, I have our little peach, which is getting big, and I got these little bags from Drip Depot. But yeah, the peaches are growing. These are just in little pots. We have some cayenne peppers over here, and then more herbs and stuff that you guys have seen before. These peaches, this tree is getting really tall actually. I'm trying to find the peaches on here. Not growing as fast, but they're on here. I need to cover them. But yeah, got 3 little peaches on there. Some blueberries that are taking their time ripening. Then the peppers that we planted last week. This is another ambrosia melon, I believe, that is trying to escape its trellis. Okay, and then having some more Lesa peppers over here. Some more of those Lesas. The marigolds that we planted in the last video. This, I don't remember what kind of tomato this was, but another marigold, another pepper. I think this is the snacking pepper. I don't know, y'all. Where are all my plant stakes? But I think this is an orange snacking pepper that I got from Lowe's. Over here, this is a, let me see if I can get around the jungle. Okay. This is my Bolero rose. Or is it? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is Bolero. And it smells so good. It's kind of gone by a little bit, but I love that like cabbage rose look. I need to smell it now. Oh, it smells so good. And then back here we have some scabiosas, which look great. Some more kale, and then marigolds that I got from my neighbor. And then a nasturtium that looks like it's about to go out for the summer. These cucumbers are doing really well. I need to put this. Okay, so this is the Dubai Shimirazi. This is my favorite tomato, my favorite cucumber at this time in my life. And this is a Suyolong, I think. So this is one that I'm trying out. Let me verify that it is a Suyolong. Yes, Suyolong. I need to get it on a trellis, but that's where we are with that. This is another Lesa pepper. Getting lots of fruit on my peppers this right now. This is a Hufarano Bliss melon that looks really puny, but hopefully she bounces back. We have more blueberries. Oh, it looks like we have some ripe ones. I'm gonna see what we can see. Let's take a look. Take the baggie off. I got my 2 little blueberries. I've been eating them all and haven't been really sharing with anyone. Granted, there hasn't been that many, so. So good. They have that like blueberry taste, and they don't taste all watered down like blueberries can taste like. Okay, my phone's dying, so let's get through the rest of this. Have some jalapenos over here that look great and harvestable almost. This is the jalapeno pepper M. I don't know, it's some kind of hybrid, but I bought this plant and plenty of jalapenos on here. Then I have a eucalyptus that is happy to be in the sun. I had it growing in a shadier part of the garden, and it's doing much better on this side that gets more sun. And then what I'm super happy about is my first bell pepper. Look how big this is. I'm super stoked about it. But it is a red pepper. This is Majestic Red, so I'm gonna see if I can wait until it gets red. It definitely needs to be staked up because it's leaning pretty hard, but there are 2 on here, so I'm pretty happy about that. And then we have some more peppers. No fruit on these. I don't know what kind they are. Oh, yay. Oh, California Wonder Yellow. It looks like we might have one coming right here. Another rose. I don't know which one this is. Okay, this is the Perfumer Earth Angel. It's my first one. Look how white it is. Can't really smell too much yet, but look how pretty. And then more Cosmos. This is my Grand Dame rose, which is transplanting really well. These are the ones I moved out of this bed and put them in pots. This is being attacked by something, so I need to spray it again. But we do have a few tomatillos on here. And then one right here. Then back here, I just have a bed of like calendula and tomatoes. So I think these are sun golds. You can see we have more fruit back here. And then I think this is Italian heirloom. And then we have this beauty right here. And then just some Resina calendulas. And then these are the plums that are coming along nicely. I need to put these in baggies too, but look how cute. I'm so excited about these plums, y'all. They have something on them. I don't know what this is. If you know what that is, let me know. But we don't do well with stone fruits here, so this is honestly a blessing. And speaking of, let me show you back here. Do not look at my mess. But I have 2 pears. Look at that. That is so exciting. I have 2 right here, and this is the pineapple pear. Pineapple pear. None on this one, but I got 2, so I'm pretty happy about that. And then let's just do a seedling check up here. I'm gonna show y'all what the seedling area is looking like. So this is the corn that we planted, the Shipsahing Delaware corn. So I need to go ahead and get this planted out. Some melons back here, different kinds, and then, oh yay, my dahlias are starting to come up. So I have the Caitlin's Joy, Bucon, I don't know, yellow tawny, and then I have some tuberose plants. These are supposed to smell really good, so I'm excited about these. And then some more seedlings that I just need to plant out. Some dill. This is mammoth dill, and it's really getting big, so I need to plant it out. Artichokes, different stuff that just needs to go out into the garden that I'm waiting on. But you'll probably see in another video. And I realized that I never showed you guys my compost station. So these are our compost bins. We don't have any food waste at our house. We literally put everything in here except like raw meat. So cooked meat, dairy, we don't eat a lot of dairy, but if we did, we would put that in here. Crawfish, shrimp, crabs, everything goes into these bins. We don't have any issues with rodents or anything, and it produces beautiful compost. But so this is the one that we are actively using now. And then these 2 are just kind of cooking. So this is the most recently one. Okay, this is the oldest one. Oop, sorry. This is the oldest one that needs to be turned. And then over here, this is the most recent one that we finished using. So both of these are like cooking, but you can see just like, it's really insane how it just breaks down, how it goes from this like food scraps to like this. And we use like wood chips, shredded paper, and sometimes leaves as the brown material in here. All right, y'all, so that is how the garden is looking this month in April. Lots of activity going on, lots of stuff to be harvested. Very exciting time to be gardening. How are your gardens looking? Drop me a comment below to tell me what is growing in your garden. What are you planting out? I know some parts of the country haven't even started planting yet, and we're already kind of moving into, no man's land. Come June, I'll probably be trying to cover crop these beds and take a lot of stuff out. But yeah, tell me how your gardens are looking. What are you excited about this season? What's going well for you? What are you looking forward to doing differently this year? What is your favorite variety that you're excited about growing this year? Anything new? Anything you think I should be growing? Let me know below. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time. Bye.